can completely transform your physique. Not many people tell you this.
Bonus points if you do it in the morning too.
For the longest time, people used to think it was impossible to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time because they're kind of conflicting, and to lose fat, you've got to be in a calorie deficit, but to build muscle, you've got to be in a calorie surplus. So what do you do? Since then, there's actually been a whole load of studies saying that you can, in fact, do both at the same time. So say right now you are 30% body fat. That means that 30% of your entire weight is body fat and 70% is made of lean mass. So that's things like your bones, water, and muscle mass. So what's happening in body recomposition is you're shifting the ratios, so that 30% body fat is gonna decrease while you're building muscle, so your lean body weight is gonna increase. So you're losing fat and building muscle at the same time, which can completely transform your physique. Like, you can look like a completely different person in terms of your body composition, and your weight could be the exact same. Sorry, this is going cold. By the end of this video, you'll have absolutely everything you need to put together your own body recomposition plan to lose fat and build muscle at the same time. So all I ask in return is you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video to help you on your fitness journey, and take notes. Get ready to log in.
2 hours later.
Before your workouts, you always want to make sure that you get in enough carbs so that you actually have sustained energy throughout your workouts. I usually go for a combination of different carb sources. So I'll go for a fructose and a glucose. Glucose as in like more starchy carbs like sweet potato, breads, rice, grains, that sort of thing. And then one fruit source. I usually go for like red fruit, so like berries or kiwi or apple, just quite a lot of different fruits. But the reason you want the combination is because they use different transporters, so they're absorbed into your body at different rates, meaning that you'll have that faster acting burst of energy from the fructose and then that more sustained energy from the glucose. I love sourdough so much. I feel like whenever people think about losing fat, they automatically go to different diets like cutting out carbs, low fat, but honestly, you don't need to cut out anything at all. Not many people tell you this, but carbs are really important for women especially to help you balance your hormones, your energy levels, and so many women are going on these low carb diets because some influencer told them that's the best diet to lose fat. Now obviously what works for one person might not work as well for the next person, but there's really only one rule when it comes to losing weight or gaining weight, and that is calories in versus calories out. If you're eating fewer calories than you're burning throughout the day, then you're gonna lose weight. If you're eating more calories than you're burning throughout the day, you're gonna gain weight. So in order to lose fat, you've got to be in a small calorie deficit. Now obviously, along with how important your nutrition is during body recomposition, your training is also super important. So let's head to the gym.
When you're doing body recomposition, you don't need to do hours of cardio every single day. One of the simplest things you can do is literally just set a steps goal and hit it consistently every single day. There are honestly so many benefits for getting in your 7,000 to 10,000 steps every single day. Not just the physical. Yes, it's great that you can burn some calories, but there's so many like mental health aspects as well. And walking, even just a 10-minute walk, has been scientifically shown to reduce anxiety significantly. So that is amazing. And bonus points if you do it in the morning, so you're getting in your morning sunlight.
Esta mi despedida, vete con el que te hundía, suerte que ya no eres mía, yo ya no te aguanto, no. Esta mi despedida, vete con el que te hundía, suerte que ya no eres mía, yo ya no te aguanto, no. Lo peor es que te hagan creer que es de verdad, pero no, no lo es. Antes lo dudaba, ahora no. Y dice que quieres mi mano. Lo feo es ver que te hice más fuerte de lo que quise. Solo hay.
Let's get into this post-workout. You're gonna grab yourself a bowl, scale because we're tracking our macros, 40 grams of oats, 20 grams of protein powder of your choice. I'm using vegan because I need to heat it up. There better be 20 grams left in here. 28 grams. 8 grams of cocoa powder. I'm using unsweetened, you can use sweetened if you want. This is what's gonna make it rich. You're gonna mix it together. It's gonna look very dry, so add some water. You wanna add the water slowly because we're wanting like a really thick consistency. Now we're gonna add some strawberries, because just like in our pre-workout meal, in our post-workout meal, we wanna get that combination of slow digesting and faster digesting carbs, just so that you can replenish your glycogen stores really as fast as possible. Honestly, she's not the prettiest, but trust me, this will become your new post-workout hyperfixation, or pre-workout. You could have it as both. Pause while I eat this. Okay, so I know what you're probably thinking. This body recomposition thing sounds great, but will it actually work for me? And short answer, probably. Body recomposition can work for a whole spectrum of different fitness levels, from complete beginner to more advanced. However, the more years of training experience you have, the harder it's going to be. So the people who tend to see the best results with body recomposition are those who are a bit newer to the gym, but also have some fat to lose and maybe not that much muscle mass either. So if you class yourself as skinny fat, then body recomp is likely going to work really well for you. Body recomposition is a really amazing process because it can completely transform your physique. But that being said, it does usually take a bit more time because you're trying to do two things at once. So compared to if your main goal was just to lose fat and you were doing a traditional cutting phase, you would go into a much bigger calorie deficit than if you're just doing a body recomp phase. With a cut, your goal isn't necessarily to build any new muscle mass, it's literally to lose fat and hang on to the muscle mass you've got. If you manage to do that, it's a win. But in body recomp, obviously, we are actually wanting to build some muscle, so we're only going around 200 to 300 below maintenance to help with fat loss, because we still want your body to have energy available to help you push hard in your workouts and build that new muscle tissue. And it can also do that from your fat stores as well. So we don't need to be in such a big deficit because we're sort of pulling from two different energy sources: what you're consuming and what you've already got in your body. Throughout your recomp, you want to be keeping protein high, so at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, because this is going to help you stay further for longer. It's going to provide the essential materials that your muscles actually need to repair themselves and grow. Then also, like I mentioned with the pre and post workout, you want to make sure you're getting enough carbs, fats, and your micronutrients will also play a big role in helping you get the best results possible. If you struggle to get your protein in, one tip that can really help is center all of your meals around the protein source. So think about that protein source first, and then build your plate around it. Once you've got the protein, ask yourself, is there a carb source in there? Is there a source of healthy fats? Is there some sort of color? Because if you're getting all of those things in each of your meals, then you're gonna be putting yourself in the best place to really get the most out of your nutrition. When it comes to training, there's really not just one body recomposition workout plan. It doesn't quite work like that. What's most important is you stick to the basics, start with a lower intensity and volume, and then work that up using progressive overload. The other big thing is effort. You need to be completely honest with yourself that you're actually pushing hard and putting in the work. If you're always training with 5 or 6 reps left in the tank, then I'm sorry, but you're probably not going to see the results that you want to see. You've got to push it hard to create that stimulus that's going to cause your muscles to grow. And when I say push it hard, I don't mean go flat out to failure on every single set of every single exercise and every single workout, but you need to consistently be training 2 to 3 reps shy of failure, because your body's smart and your muscles aren't going to grow if you don't give them a reason to grow. Now, like with any approach on your fitness journey, you've got to track your progress, but this is actually really hard to do with body recomposition because you're losing fat and building muscle at the same time, so your weight's going to stay approximately the same and you can't rely on the scale weight to actually tell you anything useful. Progress on your fitness journey is rarely linear at the best of times, but especially with body recomposition, it's so much harder to actually know if you're making progress or not if you don't know what to look out for or don't have that deeper understanding of the process that you're trying to take your body through. So obviously, since we can't rely on the scale weight, we've got to look at other markers to track our progress. Things like measurements, progress photos, how your clothes are actually fitting, how you feel in your clothes. Has your strength increased in the gym? And also those markers of progress that aren't necessarily physical, like do you feel more confident? Do you have more energy? How's your sleep? There's a lot of different markers we can look at to get a better picture of your overall progress, and that is one of the more nuanced aspects of the whole process of body recomposition. So taking all that info, if you feel ready and confident that you can get results doing body recomposition yourself, then great, absolutely go for it. Progressing in your recomp phase can be a bit overwhelming, and if you're feeling like that, then that is completely okay. And I want you to know it's completely okay to ask for help if you need it. I used to think that asking for help in my fitness journey meant that I'd failed in some sort of way, but it really doesn't. It's actually the smart move to do. Sometimes when we're on the journey ourselves, we can't really see objectively what's happening with our body. We either think we're gaining weight too quickly or we've lost all our gains or something like that. But when you have a coach, they can see from the outside, they're looking at all the data, and they can give you the structured approach that you need to actually hit that goal. And if you're struggling on your recomp phase or just navigating the whole progress kind of thing, then that's where having that coach can be super useful, because I can like look at your measurements and help you know when you're making progress or what to change or anything like that. So I have recently just opened up more slots on my one-to-one coaching. So if you feel like having someone there in your corner to just tell you what you need to do to get results, then I'll put the link to apply in the description. We'll get on a quick call just to make sure we're a great fit to work together, and then we'll put together your game plan to help you get the best results possible. It honestly brings me so much joy to see you guys win. And personally, from my own life, when I started working with a coach, it just took so much pressure off, like me having to figure out everything on my own. And yeah, I just didn't really have to think about it anymore, which was such a blessing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. If you found it helpful, give it a like, subscribe, because I love you so much. I nearly just fell over. Let me know what you want to see in future videos. Also, if you did find this video helpful, it would mean so much to me if you did drop a comment, because I love chatting to you guys. But if you feel like you're more on the skinny side and your main goal is to gain weight, build muscle, and get that toned look, check out this playlist next, because I literally walk you through exactly how to lean bulk. Love you so much. See you there.